baby.
Get ready for one of the most scenic railroads in North America, because today on Destination DeLeo we are in Skagway, Alaska, going for a ride on the White Pass Scenic Railway and Yukon route. All aboard! Once we got off the boat, we did not have far to go to our excursion, which we did book through Celebrity Cruise Line. Prices vary, but I believe it was about $150 for adults and $75 for the kids. It was a short little walk, probably about 5 minutes, and we were there onto the train platform and ready to board. So something worth noting is that there is not assigned seating, so you want to get there early so you can get a good spot on the train car itself. My suggestion is sitting in the back, in the rear, where the last few rows of seats are, because that'll give you good access to getting out onto the platform on the rear of the car to get good video and pictures. So as we make our way through town here, we are going to start our ascent up into the mountains, and we're going to follow that red line. That's the tourist railway, which we're going to go all the way up into Canada, into the Yukon, loop around, and come right back down. As for the train itself, I was very impressed with how clean and well kept it was, very comfortable. The windows were very large, clean and clear, which made for perfect viewing. There are multiple trains making their way up and down the mountain. As you see here, we're passing the people coming down as we're making our way up. Construction started on this railway in 1898 and was completed in 1900, and it was all centered around the gold rush. In 1994, the railway was designated as an International Historic Civil Engineering Landmark by both Canada and the United States. Okay, let's start talking about these views. This has to be some of the most stunning, spectacular scenery that I have ever seen. And I've been up in a lot of different mountain ranges, but the perspective that you get from this train on the slow ascent to the loop you're going to make up above the tree line is absolutely breathtaking. Some of these shots here, I'm on the platform on the back of the car, literally hanging over the edge, praying not to drop my equipment, but the risk was totally worth it. Another thing worth mentioning is how smooth the ride is on this train. Considering what this railway deals with in the long stretches of harsh, rugged winters and the maintenance they have to do on this track, the ride is super smooth. The conductors were excellent. There was no herky-jerky motions or stopping or starting, no rough patches of track, so that made this ride so much more enjoyable, and you're able to just focus on what you're there for, which is the scenery. I really can't emphasize enough how much you feel immersed into the landscape and countryside here as you ride the train. And honestly, it felt like we were in the set of an old Western or pioneer movie. As we continue to go up in elevation, it really strikes me how dense and thick this terrain is to, one, not only build this track, but two, be some of the first gold rushers and pioneers to come up into these mountains not knowing what to expect. There is a tour guide on the train who will narrate the entirety of the ride from the loudspeakers, which at the end of the trip you will get to meet them, so make sure you bring a few dollars, give them a tip, because they do a fantastic job. Do you like adventure? Do you like cruising? Do you like fun? Well, this is the channel for you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment. Now, back to the train ride. So here we are, approaching the top of the mountain, where we're going to make our loop, and we're going to cross into Canada. And it's well marked there with some flags, so that's a great photo op. And then you'll really get a sense of being on top of the mountain with no trees and pure sight lines for miles, especially on a nice day like we had on this day. Another thing worth noting is that both sides of the train are going to get these amazing views, so it doesn't matter whether you sit on the left or the right side, any seat is a great seat on this train ride. Now coming up here in a second is the absolute money shot of this train ride. So make sure you have your cameras ready and you're on that platform on the back of the train for an unobstructed view and a front row seat to God's country. Now this stretch of track was my personal favorite. I really couldn't get over the unobstructed views here and how far I could actually see, which is miles and miles and miles, and the fact that the train was literally on the edge of the mountain gives it that wow factor, and that's what makes this train ride incredible. As we continue our descent back into town, the views and the scenery just keep going and going. There will never be a time on this train ride where there's no view. Only until you get back down more to ground level and are inside the tree line that the views will change a little bit, but they're still going to be great nonetheless. But these shots here that you're seeing from the higher elevations are what this ride really is all about and what it's known for. So as we roll back into town and conclude our ride on this historic railway, I will leave you with this. Whether you come to Skagway, Alaska, by boat, by car, or by plane, this train ride needs to be on your to-do list. Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe for more adventures with Destination DeLeo. See you on the next video.